Coming up, a University of Iowa student is missing. And later, locals give take on controversial environmental project.
And Hawkeye fans showed out to celebrate a historic team.
The warm weather was short-lived in Iowa City.
This is DITV News at 8:30. Good morning and thank you for tuning in live to DITV and KRUI 89.7 FM. I'm Christine Valora. A University of Iowa student is missing. Christian Martinez was last seen behind Bordeaux around 1 in the morning on Saturday. Martinez was wearing a black t-shirt and black cargo pants. He's around 5'6" and 160 pounds. The Iowa City Police are asking to call 319-356-5275 if you have any information. A longstanding university event had another great showing this past weekend. DITV News reporter Wyatt Johnson has the details.
The annual Doc-5K is back for its 34th year here in Iowa City.
Nearly 700 participants made their way to the Murph Courtyard to kick off the race this past Saturday. For the 2023 race directors, this was a long and trying process, yet their efforts helped propel this event to a successful finish.
There's a lot of interesting components that go into it. We get the city approval to use the streets, we get Murph approval to use the building, recruiting volunteers, reaching out to local businesses to see who wants to be involved. So it's a really fun process.
The race has long supported both the Iowa City Free Medical and Dental Clinic as well as the University of Iowa Mobile Clinic, both of which aim to serve the underinsured populations within Iowa City and beyond.
And this has been going on for 30 years, supporting the University of Iowa Mobile Clinic and the Iowa City Free Medical Clinic. It holds a spot in my heart because I volunteer at the Free Medical Clinic, so to kind of work here and for this cause and bring that money for them, it's really important, and it's a tradition that's not going to slow down.
The race has also recently become accessible to adaptive participants and those who may need additional assistance, furthering the event's goal to be open to all who wish to participate.
Yeah, we've been working closely with the PT students. Specifically last year, we made the race route adaptive, so people with disabilities can adequately get around on the race route, opening up the streets and stuff like that. Working with the PT students to possibly get also assistance during the race route. So it's been good. We've been expanding, hopefully trying to get more adaptive participants in the years to come.
Results from Saturday's race are viewable on the website uidoc-.com, as well as opportunities to donate to the cause.
From Iowa City, I'm Wyatt Johnson, DITV.
And UI researchers are starting a pilot study that will explore the use of psychedelic drugs for treating alcohol abuse. Some participants will be given a dose of ketamine and psilocybin, which is also known as magic mushrooms. Psychedelic therapy allows for the brain to get rid of bad routine, such as alcohol abuse or depressive episodes. The study will compare the two different psychedelic drugs. Subjects will start by meeting with a therapist and receiving an MRI scan. They will then receive the dosage of the drug, have another MRI scan, and then with the following MRI scan 3 months later, while researchers evaluate the subjects throughout the entire process. And this might be the end of the tanning season on the Pentecrest as temperatures have dropped heavily. Aiden, what can we expect going forward?
Good morning, Christine. While I was hoping the warm weather would stay, I think it's safe to say that we can put away the beach towels for the time being. It is currently 36 degrees, and today we'll see a low of 30 and a high of 58, with wind gusts ranging from 20 to 30 miles per hour. The UV index will still get up to 7 today, so don't toss the sunscreen away just yet. Tomorrow the temps will surpass 60 degrees once again, with much more sun than today has to hold. Looking at the week ahead, Iowa City will need to break out the umbrellas until the weekend arrives. Temperatures will stay in the 50s and 60s, while lows will dip all the way down into the 30s and 40s. We can expect lots of precipitation throughout these next couple of days, but fingers crossed that the sunglasses can make their return over the weekend. Back to you in the studio, Christine.
Thanks, Aiden. After months of debate, a recently signed project has caused environmental controversy. DITV News reporter David Consuelos has more on the potential effects of the new project.
On March 13th, the Biden administration approved the Willow project in Alaska after months of debate. Willow is a decade-long drilling project on the north slope of Alaska in the National Petroleum Reserve. The project plans to hold up to 600 million barrels of oil. Willow was started by a Houston-based energy company called ConocoPhillips, which has been exploring and drilling for oil in Alaska for years.
When you have a country, the U.S., which is producing the cleanest natural gas that there is and the cleanest oil, that's much more preferable than what you see coming out of other countries or coming from Russia.
The project is expected to generate 180,000 barrels of oil per day, producing $8 billion of revenue for the federal government. However, climate activists suggest that the Willow project will do more harm than good in the long run.
The production from this oil, from this drilling, will produce about, I think it's less than 1% of American daily oil usage, which is, it's a drop in the bucket. It doesn't make a difference. One of President Biden's campaign promises that he was going to stop new oil drilling in the US. And if you voted for Joe Biden and you see that he's doing this, you should be upset.
With the production of the new oil, ConocoPhillips expects to save the average consumer up to 20 cents per gallon. However, climate researchers estimate that the Willow project to have the same environmental impact of adding an additional 2 million cars to the roads every single year.
We shouldn't continue to allow things like this to happen. We shouldn't continue to let the oil lobby have its way with our government. The people have a voice, they really do, and it may feel like you don't, but you do.
From Iowa City, David Consuelos, DITV.
Iowa's AFROTC detachment received a national honor. DITV digital liaison Abigail Curran has more.
The University of Iowa's AFROTC Detachment 255 was named the best small detachment in the United States. Iowa's Air Force Reserve Officers Training Corps, which hosts 42 cadets, received the honor based on outstanding performance in education, production, recruiting and retention, cadet activities, and university and public relations. Air Force Captain Brett Lechtenberg, who oversees all cadet operations, expressed just how deserving this small but mighty group is.
It was a hand-in-hand, accomplishment for not just AFROTC detachment, but for the university as well. From a leadership perspective and from the cadets' perspective, it was great to hear that their hard work and efforts didn't go unnoticed.
As for the cadets, their gratitude towards the program can't be understated.
We are probably one of the smaller in the nation, so it's super cool to see that we are really small, but we're also one of the best. So it's really taught me to grow out of my shell and to take charge.
I've been able to do a lot of cool things, been in a C-130, I've soloed my own aircraft, talked in front of 500 different people.
So sorry about that. Iowa City High School now has a new free food pantry and library that additionally serves as a memorial. Former City High student Maggie Ballard created the pantry for her friend and classmate Emma Nugent, who recently passed away in 2020 before her senior year of high school. The Little Free Pantry and Library is a way to honor her memory. The Little Pantry is located outside the high school's music wing and is divided into two sections for both food and books. People can donate or take whatever they need. Ballard hopes she can keep her friend's memory alive while also creating something to help her community. SpaceX is testing the launch of Starship, the most powerful rocket to date ever today. The launch was planned at 8:20 a.m. However, the launch was scrapped due to pre-assuring issues. The launch will be rescheduled later this week. Starship is the tallest rocket ever built, has the most engines in a rocket booster, and is designed to be entirely reusable. The goal for the rocket is to be able to carry more cargo and people to space, as well as reducing the cost of launching due to it being reusable. The eventual launch will test the durability of the rocket and its power to help plan future missions. Now let's send it over to DITV Sports with Michael Merrick.
Thanks, Christine. And the Iowa women's basketball team had a season for the history books, winning their second straight Big Ten tournament championship and making it all the way to the national championship game. Now we're going to send it out to DITV sports reporter Johnny Valtman, who is live outside the Pentecrest, where a historic season was celebrated on Friday.
Thanks, Michael. And on Friday, thousands of Hawkeyes fans met at the lawn of the Pentecrest to celebrate the Hawkeyes women's basketball team season, which saw them finish as national championship runner-ups. Thousands of the Iowa faithful met at the lawn of the Penacrest to celebrate the Hawkeyes. The Hawkeyes' 2022-23 season saw them break records on and off the court. The team's accomplishments and influence left their mark on the game of women's basketball.
I do believe this team changed the way that people think about women's basketball, not only in Iowa, but across the country. 10 million fans tuned in to our championship game.
Their impact also transcended off the court as the team shined in academics and around the community.
And there are young people that are looking at y'all. They have provided young athletes a positive model everywhere. And for that, this is what it means to be a Hawkeye.
The celebration included speakers from the university, and the team got a chance to express their gratitude for each other and the fans who supported them throughout the season.
I mean, everything. Being at the best university in America, having the best fans in America, and the best team in America. So I've just been blessed with the best friends, best coaching staff I could have ever asked for. So winning's fun, but doing it with them is way better.
While the Hawkeyes didn't bring home the title this year, Iowa fans are anticipating another deep run for next season.
We have an incredible thing here, and we're not done yet. All right? We're not done yet. So go Hawks. Why not us?
Seriously, we love you guys. And next year, let's be here, celebrate the national championship!
I've been able to cover a couple of the women's game this year, and it's great seeing the team get the recognition they deserve. Send it back to you in the studio, Michael.
Thanks, Johnny, and why not them for next season? And the Iowa baseball team, though, they won 2 of 3 against the Minnesota Gophers over the weekend. Hawks dropped game 1 12-3, but would bounce back, winning game 2 7-2. In game 3, Iowa put up 18 runs and notched 13 hits, and the pitching staff even combined for 10 strikeouts in that one. And Bill Wilmez went 2 for 5 at the plate with 2 RBIs. He even hit his first home run of the season. Iowa picked up a couple of games there, but they are still in 8th place in the Big Ten. And the Hawks will have to host the University of Illinois Chicago on Wednesday, starting at 6 p.m. And the Iowa softball squad dropped 2 of 3 games against Maryland over the weekend, but they did end the series on Saturday in style. Hawkeyes fell to the Terrapins at game 1 5-2 and lost game 2 2-0. But in game 3, when they were trailing 1-0 going into the final inning, they would rally and walk it off to avoid the weekend sweep. Nia Carter was the hero, hitting the walk-off single into left field, and Brianna Vasquez went all 7 innings, allowing 4 hits and striking out 3 batters. The Hawks will travel to Western Illinois to take on the Leathernecks on Wednesday. And over the weekend, the Iowa track and field team put on impressive performances all over the country. Iowa was scattered across the U.S. as the Hawks competed in California, Florida, and in Iowa, with several Hawkeyes etching their names into Hawkeye history books. Sprinter Austin Cressley bettered his 100-meter school record to 10.10, knocking 9/100ths off of his previous best time. He also ran Iowa's best all-condition time for the 200-meter race this weekend with a speedy 20.07. The other record setters for Iowa came in hurdles, the 5,000-meter, long jump, shot put, and javelin. The team is less than 1 month away from the outdoor Big Ten competitions and will look to continue their hot streak in May. And Keegan Murray and the Sacramento Kings won their first playoff game since 2006, taking down defending champion Warriors on Saturday, 126-123. The former Iowa Hawkeye Murray helped the Kings get to their first playoff appearance in 16 years, finishing the regular season averaging 12.2 points per game and hit 206 three-pointers, which were the most by a rookie in a single season. He played 16 minutes in Game 1 and finished with just 2 points and 4 assists, but that shows that you could do more than just the box score. Kings are set for Game 2 tonight against the Warriors with tip-off at 9 p.m. So come back on Wednesday for everything Hawkeye sports related. Back to you, Christine.
Thanks, Michael. 3 high schoolers from Missouri get the experience of a lifetime this week as they travel to Houston, Texas to visit NASA. The students from Hickman High School are finalists in NASA's National Design Competition, having created dice that can roll in space. They showed their design to NASA representatives and now get to display it on the big stage. Thank you for tuning in to DITV News and listening to KRUI 89.7 FM. Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday. And check out more of our content on thedailyowan.com/DITV. For DITV News, I'm Christine Valora. Have a great day.